Hello and welcome back to the One IQ Sports Talk Show. This is the Behind the Play podcast. Um, I think I backwards that up, but
Yeah.
who cares? It's a backwards week. Here we are. I'm Will. That's the other host, DJ, and we're here to bring you another week of baseball talk. It's another week of not being happy while doing this podcast because of the Blue Jays. And it's just a terrible week in baseball overall. Ohtani and Trout
Yeah.
are hurt. Strasburg retired because he's hurt. The only people that are happy are probably the White Sox fans because they just cleaned house, but their team is still trash.
Trash,
The
yeah.
only positive is that the Yankees are historically shit right now.
Thank
That's
God.
that's it. And yeah, so I feel like everyone kind of knows what we're going to talk about. One thing to touch before we kind of get anywhere is Wander Franco is administrative leave, which usually means a team's got evidence that says you were a naughty boy. And well,
Mhm.
we know he's been naughty, but we just now the team knows for sure. They took down his signs in the stadium and around the area. Like
Everything.
he's gone. I don't think they're
Isn't
selling jerseys of him anymore.
isn't he still getting paid right now though?
Yep, yep.
Yeah, that's
Um,
kind of stupid.
One thing that I like, because I remember on Trevor Bauer's administrative leave every Thursday or every Friday, they'd have to
Mhm.
update it and say, yeah, he's staying on for another 7 days, which everyone knew. So every week you just got Bob Nightingale tweets, hey, Trevor Bauer's staying on this for another week. Whereas now it's like Tampa Bay, it's just like, yeah, he's on there until we say he's not. So that's
Yeah.
nice. I don't have
Yeah.
to get the weekly tweets. And yeah, he's fucked. I don't know. Like, there's nothing really much more to talk about it. He's just not there. I think he still's a walker, but I doubt that lasts.
Oh, Brandon Belt just hit a home run. What's new?
Also, the Jays game is on. DJ's watching it. I said, fuck that. It's on. I can hear it all the way out there. So if you ever see me try and, like, I don't know, cry, it's because of the Jays. But let's
Mhm.
talk about another fan base that's crying, and that's the Angels. They got hit not once, but twice, kicked in the nuts severely hard. Trout
Mhm.
comes back, rushed back, it almost feels like, from the IL, and he goes immediately back on. Bam, there goes your left nut. Oh no, what's that? Ohtani can't throw a baseball again for the rest of the year. There goes the other nut. And
Yeah.
he's hitting. He is hitting. The
I
Angels
know,
have
that's
announced that
crazy.
he's DHing this Yankee series, and I'm furious. I'm so pissed off. What is there to gain for Ohtani? What is there to gain? Nothing.
Zero.
Because
Zero.
he's gonna swing and his whole fucking arm's just gonna explode. His elbow gone. It's gonna be gone. To what? To what? Lose more games and become a lottery team? Like if
Yeah,
they're
there's
fighting
no
for a
point.
wild card spot, I'm okay with it, you know? But they're fighting for the first overall pick and they're letting Otani do important stuff. Nah. No, 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 no.
They're just like we're only gonna have him for like another, what,
2 weeks.
until the end. Yeah,
Two
another
weeks
two
until
weeks.
he's dead.
But they're like, we're gonna milk this. We're never gonna have the best player on our team after this season.
Yeah.
So I have no clue. They're losing. They're not gonna get better.
I
Why? There's no point. There's no point.
this thought came across my mind. Um, what if well, for me, on Otani's side, I think it's reckless just to play. He's probably already
Hmm.
lost $100 million just by this injury. This is a really
Oh
expensive
yeah.
injury. If he needs surgery again, who's to say he doesn't just take a 1-2 year deal with the Angels at like an $80 million thing, like a 4 year or a 2 year 80, so you get 40 a year, right? Like something stupid like that. And
Yeah.
like that first half of the season, you're not playing, right? Like you just fully accept, hey, I'm not going to play. The second half of the season, you strictly hit. And then the second year, on that second part of that deal, you are Shohei Ohtani again, and you can go get your 10, you know,
billion
your,
dollars.
yeah, you go get your
Yeah.
money. You run it back with the Angels for 2 years. It gives the Angels a chance to go all in for 2 seasons, completely
Again.
blow it up after the 2 seasons. I I think that's a possibility. And Otani's familiar with the system. So if he is rehabbing from injury, you kind of want to rehab in a place that you're familiar with, not some brand new place. And they kind of know how to manage him, all things considered. Like, no one really knew how to manage a two-way player before, but the Angels done a great job. So I think Shohei could do a 2-year deal with the Angels if he's got Tommy John coming up.
I think it makes sense now with the injury. Like
Yeah.
you said, I think a big part of it is like being comfortable and knowing everybody on that training staff. Because let's be honest, they've been busy for the well, fuck, since Mike Trout became an Angel. They've been busy rehabbing players constantly. So it's like, yeah, no, it makes sense. But this really sucks. I can't believe they're playing him. I still can't. I'm godsmacked over it. I seen that. I was like, you're lying
I
to me.
I was so mad. I was driving home screaming. I was so fierce. I had like a 5-minute argument with myself. I was like, "This is the dumbest thing the Angels have ever done," and then I was like, "Second dumbest because they bought at the deadline."
Like,
So
they're
mad.
so far out. Like,
Uh,
I get they're
Trout
kind of
also
like,
killed all his trade value too. If they were ever thinking about trading him,
yeah, the worst non-trade ever. They could have got so much
now they're just
from
getting nothing.
Ohtani, and now they're losing, and both their superstars are injured again. So,
Yeah,
damn.
yeah. Like to, and honestly, let's be real. Otani could retire tomorrow and still win MVP.
Yeah, they have to
Like
give it to him. They have to.
no one else has been remotely anywhere good as him. Like not even on the same level. The only person who could have argued for that would have been Judge if he stayed healthy.
Yeah, Judge is insane. He's still insane. Like,
Judge
what?
is still probably
Yeah,
going to finish top 3 in MVP voting. He missed 3 months.
he's got like 27 home runs.
Yes, he's got more home runs than the Blue Jays, and he's played 20 games.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy's insane. Like, no, they're definitely 1 and 2, but yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
and that's all kind of
who's
had on the Angels. I don't know.
hmm?
That's all I have on the Angels. I was just really pissed off by that.
No, their season's over and they're still playing him. That's a ridiculous move.
Also, supposedly they knew his arm wasn't feeling great yesterday, and they still pitched him in a meaningless game that meant nothing, and even if they lost or
I'm
won.
seeing a pattern. I'm seeing a pattern here.
Yeah, like
Oh,
get fucked
Ellie went crazy. You
again.
know, people are
Uh,
like, "Oh, he strikes out." I don't care that he strikes out. He fucking
Ellie De
whenever
La
he hits the
Cruz.
ball, yeah.
He became one of like the it was like the sixth or seventh player in MLB history to have 6 RBIs and 3 strikeouts in the same game.
Yeah.
Kendrys Morales was on that goddamn list. I was like,
Well,
excuse me,
what? He was the fastest to 20 stolen bases and
and
10
10
home
home
runs.
runs in a season. Yeah,
Dude, like, damn, that guy's going crazy.
hey, he's
So
insane. I love that.
he
That's a fun
strikes
team.
out. He strikes out a lot and doesn't hit for that much average, but I don't care. Like,
He is
I really
basically Joey
don't.
Gallo with speed and more consistency in every aspect of the game.
And yeah, like
Honestly, the
he's
Joey Gallo comparison probably was the worst comparison I could have
yeah,
ever
I was
made.
just about to say
That
like
was terrible.
triples machine though. Holy, this guy's hitting a triple every game, bro.
Mickey Mantle style, you know? Hit
Yeah.
the Joey Votto comparison. Uh, uh, I, uh, I'm not gonna lie, a little bit of me died today when, Strasburg announced his retirement. That was like, that dude sold his soul for a World Series. And I don't think he pitched more than 20 innings after the World Series. Straight up.
Hey, he got his bag. He got his,
He
you
got
know,
it.
he got it. He's done.
Him and
But injuries,
Scherzer were a
man.
deadly 1-2. Like,
Yeah.
deadly.
Injuries, man. Injuries fucking ruin the game of every sport ever.
Injuries
So,
suck. Injuries
yeah.
suck. Look at
Imagine,
look at Rendon. I wouldn't be surprised if Rendon retires in a year or two.
yeah,
Like,
seriously.
it's not great.
Imagine a universe where injuries don't exist. Like, wow.
The Yankees would be in first place.
You think so?
It'd probably be higher up, man. A lot higher up. Um,
Blue Jays would
yeah.
still suck.
Yeah, Blue Jays would be fourth place team. That whole 2019 Nationals team, a lot of their
Hmm.
players sold their soul for that World Series, you know? Like Rendon has not been anywhere near the same player since that World Series.
Oh, like sold his soul in the sense that
Strasburg
he just.
hasn't been the same, right? Like they made a deal with the devil, and it worked. You got the World Series.
I was just about to say I would take that than this fucking shitty team right now. I'd take one good season and then 10 bad ones for a fucking chip.
Is the I want to throw this question to you: Is Strasburg a Hall of Famer?
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, I am
He's like bridge. He's like bridge. I think you could argue it
I'm on a
both ways.
firm probably not unless it's a weak class that he goes in with. You know,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
like
He's not going to be a first ballot second ballot.
if the class is
Yeah.
weak, he might get in on like a sixth ballot. The only
Yeah.
thing that he's got going on from is the fact that he won a World Series MVP and his postseason numbers kind of insane. But
Hmm.
like, I don't know, he was injured a lot throughout his career, so that's gonna play a huge factor into whether into Hall of Fame status.
But they might say, hey, he was so good when he was healthy. But yeah, it would
Yeah,
have to
well, I
be.
mean, you could
I,
there's an argument for every injured player. Tim Lincecum was really good when he was healthy.
yeah,
He's not a Hall of Famer. He's nowhere near a Hall of Famer.
no.
Same with
But he's
David.
got the chip.
David Wright was another one. David Wright was the god. Like he was God himself when he was healthy, but he played 10 seasons. And
Yeah.
he struggled in the last 2 seasons to even play. He was injured for
Yeah.
like 4 years in a row. Like he just retired.
That's impressive. I kind of almost forgot he was injured. I thought he was retired,
I just
you
kind of
know.
kept forgetting about him and forgetting about him and forgetting about him. And then he showed up one day. I was
I
like, hey,
know.
welcome back.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like I think it would have to be a weak class, but I think they'll get him in because of the chips.
I don't know. I still think he's probably on the outside
Why
looking
can't
in
I hear you anymore?
because you suck. Anyways, I think he's on the outside looking in for the whole show that's listening. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's gonna matter a huge amount on that class, but
What?
I don't know. I think he's on the outside looking in. I don't think he makes it off of that. He maybe makes it off a veteran. How they do that like old man
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, veteran status.
Yeah,
That's
where
why
like
I'm
they
kind of leading.
they vote a guy in from the 1800s that are like this dude's really good. Hey, he's been dead for 100 years. Like
Yeah, the respecting. It's a respect.
yeah, I don't know. I
Hey,
think he's on the
all
outside
these
looking in.
they don't look at all these steroid players. They they're
I
not allowed in. So maybe one year they're like, ah, there's too many steroid players that don't get in. We need someone to come in. You're a filler. You know?
I watched the Untold Story on Balco. It's on Netflix, right? And it's on the dude who's like Balco Sports. Supposedly gave Bonds steroids and stuff, right? Like this dude
Hmm.
was like providing top athletes around the world with eventually what ended up being untraceable steroids.
Oh,
Claims
I
he
heard
never
about that.
gave Bonds steroids, but come on. Dude put on like 50 pounds in an off season, and it wasn't because he was eating KFC. Like,
Yeah, he was an animal when he returned. That fucking body transformation is
yeah.
like, okay, you
But,
think I'm stupid?
yeah, well, it's obvious. But I will die on this hill. Barry Bonds needs to be in the Hall of Fame. I will 100%, I will die on this hill. Without Barry Bonds, without steroids, baseball wouldn't be the sport it is today. Baseball would be dead. Barry Bonds, Mark McGuire, and Sammy Sosa saved
Made it
baseball.
fun.
They saved
Yes.
baseball by using steroids. Love it or hate it. I know it's a dark area, but I don't know. I'd look back on the steroid era a hell of a lot more fonder than I would look back on the Houston Astros stealing a World
Yeah.
Series.
Yeah.
So, I
And Altuve's probably gonna get into the Hall of
yeah,
Fame. So
exactly.
that's like,
So if Altuve gets in the Hall of Fame, again, no 100% confirmation that he 100% cheated. You will never
mhm.
100% know. If he gets in, Bonds should be in and Pete Rose should be in. I will die on that hill.
Yeah. I
Till
mean,
the
yeah, I
day I
agree.
die, Those two people should be in the Hall of Fame. They're in my Hall of Fame. They are in Will's Baseball Hall of Fame. Bonds and Pete Rose, front and center. 100%.
Well, look how much money they made off of it too. If
Yeah,
you
and they
cared that much,
the MLB marketed. The MLB knew. First of all, the MLB
yeah,
100% knew these. Like, come on, Bonds doesn't come in one year at 198 pounds, the next year at 240, and they're like, this is all natural to us, and starts hitting balls 700 feet when he's like 38. Like, the MLB knew. So the MLB, like, they covered it up until it was brought to light. Now they're like, well,
yeah,
maybe not. But like everyone promoted that era. They promoted Barry Bonds. He was the face of baseball. And before Barry Bonds did steroids, he still had a Hall of Fame career. He won 3 MVPs
yeah. He
in
was no
Pittsburgh.
slouch. He was no slouch, bro. Like they,
Oh,
no, he was
and
still
it's an
crazy.
argument that happens every year at Hall of Fame
Hall of
time
Fame.
when the Hall of Fame voting gets in, and it's an argument that I 100% see from both sides. Like 100% see from both sides. Yeah, he cheated to get the record. You know how many other people in the Hall of Fame cheated as well? David Ortiz cheated. He was a first ballot. He was almost unanimous.
Yeah, easy.
Like,
Yeah, I know. And there's tons of
ah,
players that they probably don't even know or they don't
yeah.
know. Made it.
Clemens
It's
also
like
needs to
it.
be in the Hall of Fame. This is like, I think I did a rant on this actually.
Yeah, MLB. If you're watching this, if there was such a problem with him being on steroids, why didn't you just test him when he did it?
Yeah, why wasn't why didn't we suspend him back in the day?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, but the thing with the MLB, they don't have anything to lose anymore. He's out of the league.
yeah, I
If
know.
they don't
Well,
do
he
it,
was
they look
also
at
like a
like they're
hitting
good
coach too.
guys.
He was a hitting
Hmm?
coach too.
Yeah, he's been around the game, so
He's
it's
been
like,
here. Um,
but yeah, like I said, they don't really have much to lose because if he doesn't get in, people, the 50% are just like, yeah, he doesn't deserve it. And if he
yeah.
does get in, then they'll probably get backlash. So it's like,
Oh, 100%. The Untold that whole Untold series on Netflix is like insane. Did you watch? This is way off
not
track.
yet,
Have you watched any of
not yet.
it?
No.
No. It's insane. This is
What's
probably
it
stuff we
called?
should talk about. Untold. It's on Netflix.
I'll watch
It's
it.
it's like the Johnny Manziel episode, top tier. That dude was like an alcoholic, didn't watch any film, and was still
Oh,
the
yeah.
greatest college football player. Insane.
Yeah, I
But
was gonna watch that.
getting back onto the baseball, getting back onto the tracks and everything. White Sox clean house.
Mhm.
I'm not even gonna try and remember the names. I think it's Rick Hahn and Ken Williams. I
Said you
think.
weren't gonna try. You said
I
you weren't gonna
think.
try.
I think. Both fired. VP and GM gone. It sounded like the GM was trying to get out for like the last. I don't know if it was several times over the last few years or several times in the last like year or so. And he wanted
Mhm.
out, and the owner was like, "No, no, 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 no. You signed a contract. You're gonna stay, whether you screw us or not." And then one day, the dude woke up and was like, "Mm-mm. Actually, I'm gonna give you what you want. You can go." And then they interviewed Eloy Jimenez about in the locker room leadership if anyone has stepped up since Abreu left, and he was like, "Nah, no, that's not our thing. Like that's not our job." Fuck do you mean? No wonder your team's won 30 games. What do you mean
Literally,
it's no one's
literally your job.
job? Four players, all four players have been pitchers. Have come out and said, "Yeah, there was no leadership. The pitchers were on their own schedule, and the hitters were like a bunch of kindergarten kids." I assume the Orioles
Oh,
scored because DJ looks like he wants to shoot himself.
sorry. No,
But
Danny Johnson just hit a triple.
oh shit, Danny
Oh,
Wheels.
never mind. Never mind. He got thrown out at a third.
Never mind. Let's kill ourselves. Anyway, the White Sox completely cleaned house. Eloy was like, "Yeah, we don't need leadership in this locker room." Yes, you do. Yes, they they asked Luis Robert, this like 23-year-old kid, 24-year-old kid, "Hey, are you a
Mhm.
leader in this room?" "It's not my job. No, it's not who I am. I've never claimed to be a leader." Right? Like he hit the Bryce
Yeah.
Hall speech. He's like, "I've never claimed to be a leader. Not once was I ever said to be a leader." And fair enough. Why are we expecting a
Yeah.
24-year-old player who's still trying to find his way in the league to lead a team with guys who are older than him, right? Like I respect him for coming out and saying, "No, that's just not who I am." Some guys aren't built for leadership, but like
Not
you're t-
yet. Not yet.
no,
23.
maybe he could be, But you're telling me Yasami Grandal is not. He's 34. He has been in the league for like 14 years now. He has been on like teams that have made the World Series. He hasn't stepped up and said a thing. All he's done is slapped Tim Anderson. How is Grandal not a leader in that room? That is insane to me. How is Andrew Benintendi not a leader in that room?
Obviously, it's just falling apart, and I think it's like to the point where no one wants to step up or no one wants to be on that team. So
Yeah.
it's like it's unfixable.
You know who
So
they need to get? I just realized now as I'm going to say this, it's actually super funny. They need to get Josh Donaldson in there, like a real like fuck you dude to take over. But I also realized it's funny because him and Tim Anderson have beef. So
um,
Tim Anderson's just gonna
um,
get slid again. Like whoop
that
pow.
might be a real punch in the face to the organization.
So
Hey, you know what's
but
funny though?
hmm,
Gets hit in the head and in a fight, and then gets hit in the head and wins a ball game.
yeah. He in the
Perfect.
last
Helped
like
us
what
out.
3 weeks, he's been hitting the head twice on the base paths.
Yeah, seriously.
And he's gone he's hit the ground both times. Down
I
goes
mean,
Anderson.
I didn't mind that the Mariners lost the game finally,
Neither
but
did I. It was happy.
you know,
Um,
it was happy. He said it.
it
He
was
said
happy times. Happy times. Yeah, that's kind of all that's happened really around the MLB. I don't know. It's kind of been a quiet time. The Braves are still just insane.
I
Um,
will say the the playoff race is on, and like
oh, it's
both
so much fun.
NL and AL is fucking neck and neck. Like
Yeah.
you don't know who's
Oh,
gonna make it.
Texas lost again today.
But yeah, I
Like that's
seen
like
that.
7 in a row. I think they've lost now. Like they're
Yeah, I don't know what's going
basically
on.
like they're a wild card team. I think now, or still have like half a game on the Astros.
That's the
But
teams
like,
around them are heating up too, which does
yeah,
not help.
it's fun. I like it. Um,
Yeah, me too.
I guess one thing I've been watching the NL race more than I've watched the AL race
Mm.
because it has no implications, right? The There's two teams that are kind of sneaking up on everyone. The Padres and the Mets are secretly having really good stretches right now and have
Yeah.
kind of reemerged into the playoff race. It's been really weird. I
NL's
don't
a
think
joke.
I don't think either of them make it, but they have
Yeah.
legitimately emerged back into this playoff talk. Like they're back into talks. I think San Diego's only 4 back now.
Yeah, the NL, like I looked at the NL and I do every day, and I'm just like, what a joke. If the Blue Jays were in the NL, we'd be fucking super happy right now and chilling because everyone fucking sucks on. Like, bro, the Phillies have the top wild card spot and they're up by like 4 games, and
Yeah,
we have a better record than they do.
yeah. We'd be in first place if we were in the NL Central. I think. Yeah, we would be. We have the same record as Milwaukee, and we'd be in first by a fucking mile if we were in the AL Central, like we should be. God damn it. Um, but yeah, I was also thinking about this, and I've done the numbers. Actually, I've done the numbers. The
Mhm.
Atlanta Braves won't win the World Series, and everyone's gonna be pissed off because I said this. The Braves aren't gonna win the World Series because when does the best team in the regular season win in the postseason? It's so rare. I have done the numbers. Okay, the only time the first seed in the MLB has won was 2020. Since 2000. 2020, the Dodgers were the first seed. COVID season doesn't count. 2018 was the Red Sox. 2016 was the Cubs. Then you got to go back to 2013 where the Red Sox were tied. And then it's 2009 with the Yankees, '07 with the Red Sox. That's four. That's 4 times out of the 22 that the number one team, the very best team, has won the World Series. You know what usually occurs in the World Series is there is a young, unexperienced, fun underdog team that's kind of playing chippy baseball that sneaks into the World Series and makes some noise. Last year was the Phillies. Year before that, it was the Braves. Then it was the Rays. Then it was the Nationals. Then it was sort of the Red Sox, actually. And then 2017 was kind of the Astros, if you look at it. They weren't that team that had made the World Series
Yeah.
in like forever. 2016 was the Indians. They weren't there. Same with the Cubs. 2015, the Mets, kind of out of nowhere. 2014 was both the Royals and the Giants, both fifth seed wildcard teams. I'm just saying, it's very rare that the top team wins in baseball, and there's young, chippy teams around the league. I think the Mariners win the World Series. That is a young, chippy, unexperienced team that just bangs and wants to have fun. It's the Mariners. If either the Padres or the Mets make the playoffs, that's the NL team to watch, 100%. But I think the young, chippy team comes from the AL this year, and I think it's the Mariners.
I could easily see the Orioles taking it. And
Yeah,
I
the
know
Orioles,
they're good,
the
but
Orioles will be
they
fun.
were.
But
Yeah.
I'm kind of riding the Mariners right now, man.
I
I'm
would hate that. I don't like the Mariners at all.
I'd
Like,
rather the Orioles lose. I'd way more
yeah,
for
you're
some
right.
reason
You're right.
prefer
You're
the
right. You're right.
Mariners, but I think the Orioles are there. I 100% agree. I'm riding the Mariners train because the Orioles
Orioles,
seem like the obvious pick. You know, the Orioles like
it,
seem
but
they're
it wasn't.
obvious.
It wasn't going into the year.
No,
Like it
but
wasn't
right now
obvious.
they seem like
Yeah.
the obvious pick. And there's
Yeah.
like three seasons in the MLB. First of all, there's like the regular season, then there's the post trade deadline season, and then there's the postseason.
Yeah.
There's three different seasons, and the Yankees have sucked in all of them. Just gonna throw that one out there. I need something, but I think it's the Mariners. I got a weird
Yeah.
feeling about the M's this year. Julio's
Yeah. The
popping
pot
again. Teo's kind of brought it back. Big dumper Cal Rayleigh, who's literally the worst person ever, is bopping.
raking,
Their pitching
raking.
staff is built for October. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That is a team not built for the regular season, really, you know? Like, that's a team that's going to go through 8-game winning streaks and then 10-game losing streaks, you know? But that's a team that is built for October that can just literally just dick teams down. Like,
It's sad but true, and they got the momentum, and you could see that everybody on that team is
I
just
might throw
working
money on
together.
that. Straight up. Like, I'm like getting real close to throwing some money on the
That being
Mariners.
said, they could be, you said it perfectly. They're a very up and down team.
They could
They're very
easily
up,
drop 10 of their next 12.
boom. Yeah, and or be really good, go into the playoffs, and then hit that like spell where they're like, oh, we
Yeah.
don't know how to play baseball anymore. And I don't think there's a bad team that's gonna make the playoffs in the AL. So it's so
No.
steep.
I I also want I'm sorry. Like I want the Braves to win if it's not the Blue Jays because I just want to see Ronnie on that field when they win. Acuna deserves that, right? Like that whole team does.
Yeah.
That being said, I also wouldn't mind if like the Reds just pissed everyone off and made the World Series.
The Reds.
That
Ellie
would be
De La
so
Cruz
fun.
batting 500 in the postseason, fucking
Oh, that'd
hitting
be
seven
so fun.
triples.
So
Yeah,
fun.
it
Are
would.
you kidding me?
Joey Votto. Joey Votto gets
That's another reason I want
okay.
Joey to win a ring.
Yeah,
Um,
I love Joey. That's a fun team.
yeah, but now you're kind of in that time where you need to be like teams have to feel urgency to go and play good baseball. And Blue Jays starting pitcher Kevin Gausman said it the best himself.
Yeah.
He basically said we got to keep going. We're a team that's built to go on streaks, and we haven't done it this year. We can't keep waiting. It's time to go. We have 34 games left now, and we have to be urgent and go out there and win some baseball games. And the Blue Jays promptly rolled over and died today. So that was fun. But it's nice to see a guy stand up, take the leadership role at White Sox, and call the team out for a really shitty performance. And then Buck Martinez went on some sort of, I think it was the Fan 590 or some morning show bullshit, and he called up the coaching staff. He called them out for overcoaching Vlad and saying that Vlad's got about 8 different coaches in his ear telling him how to hit a baseball since his 2021 season, so last year and this year, and he has sucked. So how about, hey coaches, fuck off.
I
Let the
agree.
generational talent do his thing.
We should going into next year, and we should absolutely get rid of our whole staff. We need a change.
I'm
So
starting
the
Fire
entire staff,
Guillermo
nuke it
chance.
all.
Fire Guillermo chance. That's what's happening.
Fire them all. Fire them all. I
Fire
don't care.
Guillermo. Fire Guillermo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At
but
the same time,
it's bad.
whether it's bad coaching, I don't care.
Vladdy's also moved like it's been like a foot off the plate. Like 2021, he crowded the plate, like he was in there. He ain't in there. He's like in the middle of the box now. It's really weird. He's taking like three
But
steps off so he can hit the ball the other way because Guillermo Martinez pops an absolute 9-incher on that. It's insane. And yeah, ugh, it's
I was
just
looking at
so
his.
tiring talking about this team.
Did you watch him in the second inning? He had like a
Do you watch when he had
inside
the bases
fastball.
loaded and he promptly grounded
Like,
out to the shortstop and we
no,
only somehow ended up with one out? I
his leg
was
kick.
grabbing my car keys to go drive off a bridge.
His leg kick is also just like it wasn't as like I don't know.
It's
His
so
leg
bad.
he had more flair to him when he was good.
I
There's
hope
no
Vladdy
flair.
Sr. goes up to him this season and goes, "Hey, dumbass, guess what? You're a generational talent. Ignore the coaches."
How about we get senior on this team
How
and
about we
he
get
can
Dante Bichette back as the hitting coach? You
oh
remember when
wow
he came in 2020 as the hitting coach and this team stormed? And then in 2021, he was the hitting coach and this team stormed. And then they promptly just didn't bring him back in 2022 and the team didn't storm
probably yeah you like that word right now.
promptly.
No, you're right. This offense is a joke. The only reason we are where we are is because our pitching is the best in the league.
How
Like,
about
and
how about Edwin? Edwin came in on Sunday against the Cubs. He was there for one game, gave out maybe 5 minutes of advice, and it was the best offensive game they had had in 3 months. They pulled
Mhm.
the baseball. They pulled more home runs in one game than they probably did all season.
well,
Like,
we did good in where was it? Boston before that. But yes, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
let me have this.
No, we just need change, and like this team has been so average. Like it's so frustrating because we've had so many stretches where we go 6-4, 6-4, 7-3, but we just never go on a
We
winning
don't
streak
get
at
those
all.
like 9-1 streaks. Like
Yeah,
what the Mariners are on. We don't do that. And in the
we
end, will they win 80 something games this year? Yeah, Toronto's gonna have a winning season again for like the fourth year in a row, right?
yeah.
Is it gonna be a playoff season? Who fucking knows?
Like why the fuck
It's
is Gibson? Gibson's pitching into the eighth right now, bro.
he's still
That should
pitching.
not. Yes.
Like it's gonna the Jays making the playoffs are is literally gonna come down to Sunday, October 1st, game 162.
Yeah.
1,000%. Unless the only way I will 100% say Toronto, yes, you're making the playoffs. If they go 10-2 in this 12-game stretch after Cleveland, where they play really god awful teams, and they take another, let's say, you know what, fuck it, 12-3 in their next 15, and then they go and Texas comes to town for 4, and they dick Texas up a bit, then 100%, you might win the division. You're a World Series team. But if they roll over and they go like 8-4 in that 12-game stretch against shitty teams, boo, blow it
Yeah.
up, kill everyone.
Everything's done. And plus, we need everybody else around us that's playing good right now to be bad.
Shit,
So,
shit.
like,
You know,
I don't know. I was so confident going into this month. No, like after
I
actually
was
fuck, I can't even
I
say
was
that.
so
We were not
confident
I
after
was
the
not.
Boston series. I
Yeah.
I yeah, the confidence I had in that after that Boston series was like, holy shit, they turned it around. They're
Here we go. Here
dead.
we go.
Great. And it
We've
was like,
done that.
yeah, but I'm a
I've
sucker and I fell for it again.
I'm literally like I've literally texted you probably like seven like no, probably more than 10 times that like okay, we're going to keep like get it going and vice versa. But this team, as soon as you think we're like on this fucking, winning streak or something good's happening, they just remind you the very next day. They're like, okay, we could score 8 runs, and then the next day is like get shut out. It's just like
You think we can score 8 2 nights in a row? No. What is this,
you get
2022?
zero. You get zero.
Yeah.
And
Um.
fuck the AL East. We
Also,
should not be allergic to playing the AL East teams. It's so fucking bullshit, man. It's frustrating.
I'm starting a narrative, and this isn't like a disrespectful narrative on anyone or anything.
It should be
Kevin
disrespectful.
Gausman is not allowed to start another goddamn baseball game against Baltimore until we figure out why they aren't swinging at his splitter. It has been since he signed in Toronto, his worst games as a starting pitcher have come against Baltimore. His numbers are insane. They don't swing at anything. They don't like they see his splitter before he knows he's throwing the splitter. It's insane. It's like they know. It's like they're being told like splitter don't swing. I don't think
Oh.
like literally yesterday. Not saying they're cheating by the way. Like it's like that. No accusations out here. Yesterday, I don't think I saw him swing at one splitter. At one. So
Oh.
if you're going into Baltimore, if you're playing Baltimore, don't throw the fucking splitter.
This fucking ump sucks, bro. Holy shit. Keeps on calling strikes when it's like fucking 4 feet
It
off
doesn't
the
matter. The
edge.
game's over.
Yeah, sorry.
But
Like, I
Kevin
agree.
Gausman should not be pitching against the Orioles right now. I'm tell I'm throwing this out. Going into a playoff series against Baltimore, I don't want Kevin Gausman starting. And it's insane because he's the Cy Young guy, but that's like the kryptonite. I don't know what it is. He is the Andy Ruiz Jr. Like that's the Andy Ruiz Jr. to Kevin Gausman. I don't understand it. He is a Cy Young caliber pitcher against everyone else in the league. The second Baltimore is up to the plate, even last year, he turns into the most mediocre, average person ever. It's wild. I don't get it.
I will give them credit though. They have such a good eye at the play, and it's
I
so
want.
frustrating.
I need to look up the numbers of this of Kevin Gosman. So you have to like entertain the masses here for a hot minute, okay?
I'll give the Orioles some credit though. They
No, fuck
always
them.
make sure they swing at good pitches though. They never and oh fuck. They never, you know, strike out in bad situations, whereas like the Blue Jays have made Gibson throw 90 pitches through 8 innings. And it's like they take pitches when they need to, whereas the Blue Jays do not. We are free swingers, but this year we're not hitting the ball at all. That's the difference. Last year we're free swingers. Yeah, you're allowed to be when you make good contact, and your name's Bobachet. Anybody else? No, do what Belt's doing. I don't care if his offensive numbers are down, but look at his OPS plus. I think it was like 141. That's 40% higher than average MLB player. He's getting on base, and he takes the most pitches per at bat in the MLB, and that's what people like Biggio and who else? Just where these our top guys like Chappie needs to fucking start squaring them up. He's getting good pitches to hit, and he's just swinging through them. That's his excuse. He's just been god awful since the first month of the year. Um, But yeah, I don't know. We just swing at everything, and when Vladdy swings at everything and everything's at the ground ball, nothing good comes from it, and you have your information.
Kevin Gosman last year pitched 2 games against the Baltimore Orioles. Just
Uh-huh.
take a wild guess at what his ERA is.
8.6.
7. 7
Damn.
flat on the dot. In 2 games, he pitched 9 innings. He allowed 14 hits, 7 earned runs, 9 total runs, 1 home run, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts, and he balked. That was
Wow.
last year. Yeah. Also, his run support, I can go look this up too. He is basically our like Jacob Degrom. We just don't give him any run, like at all.
I
He
know.
gets nothing from us. Run support. When he gets like, ugh, dude, he gets no runs
At all.
at all. Zero. Okay, splits 2023. This year. Has his just sucked against Baltimore in his career? Is this something I need to start looking at? This might be a whole case study video. This is like
Ooh.
in. Okay, this year it's not so bad. He's pitched 3 games against Baltimore. His ERA is only 3.44, but he's 0-2. He's gone 18 and a third. He's allowed 19 hits, 7 earned runs, 1 home run, 5 walks, 18 strikeouts, 1 wild pitch.
5 walks for Gosman's even a lot though.
Yeah. It's weird. And then in Camden Yards, that's hitting wise. In Camden Yards this year, he has a 3 ERA. He's only pitched 6 innings. Funny enough. Oh no, never mind. I was just gonna say something ridiculous. His best ERA, like the lowest ERA, only 2 games, is with Tyler Heineman, but his best catcher is Danny Jansen, and it's like not even close.
Yeah, he's been really good, but yeah, I don't know. It's something about. I think it's the Canman Yards curse, bro. Like when we play Baltimore, yeah, when we play Baltimore, man, everyone just turns up. Santander's an animal when he plays the Blue Jays.
Yeah, he's now the new Ryan Mountcastle.
Mountcastle's a god against the Blue Jays. Besides today and yesterday, man, they are insane against us. It's like. I don't know what to say. And we can't hit the ball against them. So
Kevin Gosman's career numbers against the Orioles, 5 starts. So only with Toronto, he's got a 4.61 ERA.
Yeah, that's not Gosman.
Ridiculous. Let's just to put into perspective, against the Atlanta Braves, who he's made 2 starts against, he has a 1.32 ERA.
Jesus.
The New York Yankees, he's made 29 starts against them, a 3.28 ERA.
Okay, but can we look at something and just acknowledge the fact that we just suck against the AL East in general?
No,
it's not just Baltimore.
I don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. DJ, I don't want to do that.
But the whole reason we thought that Red Sox series was sick is because we finally beat an AL East team.
Yeah.
I think that was the first series that we won from an AL East team.
God, so we were like, oh, since like April, April or May or whatever. Whenever we last played the Yankees.
Yeah, whatever. The Yankees don't count. They're trash. No, but that's what I'm saying. It's not even Baltimore, bro. We just suck against every AL East team ever.
Well, it's basically like Baltimore and Boston. Because Tampa Bay, we've kind of had their number, which is shocking.
I was happy that we won Game 1, and I'm still happy that at least we got one.
I'm back on the depressed train here. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I feel like shit. But like to get one in hindsight is like, wow, I'm proud of you guys. Why do you think I made the thing like saying, hey, maybe we do the podcast tomorrow if we win? Because I knew it wasn't gonna happen, bro. I made plans like it's not gonna happen. But yeah.
Have you looked at the Alek Manoah stuff that's going on?
He's back in the minors.
So he got optioned 2 weeks ago. He's only now reported to Buffalo, the team themselves, because he was doing medical test or something. I think medical test is a cover-up. I think they were saying, hey, you're really, really fat. Like, you were on the other side of the curve here. Drop some weight, goddammit. You're not in shape. Circle isn't a shape anymore. And they told him to lose some weight. I was texting someone, and they were like, the only way to lose weight fast is coke. So maybe Alek Manoah was just doing lines for 2 weeks. Coked out of his mind.
Yeah, you're allowed to be fat when you're in a Cy Young contender, but when you're bad...
Not when you're 300 pounds and you can barely throw a baseball anymore.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting.
He needs to lose weight by the... I'll give him the rest of the season off. Like, hey, do your thing.
Yeah, I don't want him back.
No, me neither.
Not at all.
Too risky.
My September call-ups, I think... Well, Chad Green's the obvious one.
Agreed, yeah.
Jay Jackson probably deserves to get up here. I wouldn't mind seeing Addison Barger or Elvis Martinez, but they also probably just start the year next year with the team over other guys. That's like a whole other segment as well that I don't really want to get into today. But
Yeah.
yeah, Jay
I mean, we
Jackson
have,
and Chad Green should probably be the September call ups.
to be honest, we'll see over the next 2 weeks is huge for this team and where we go.
Yeah.
That's just the
Yeah,
that's just it.
basically. Also, Paul DeYoung had more hits in one
Yeah,
game.
fuck that guy.
He went
Fuck
three
that guy.
for five with the Giants yesterday. He went 3 for 44 in Toronto. So fuck that guy. I
Yeah,
will
he's
forever
the
be
joke.
a Paul DeYoung hater. I don't care what he does in life. He could win a World Series. He could be the hero. He could be the last out in a Toronto Blue Jays World Series winner, and he will
Mhm.
still be the most hated. He's my new Rougned Odor because Odor's not in the league anymore.
Yeah, fuck that guy. And I seen, by the way, I got MLB The Show yesterday,
Yeah.
and I'm playing franchise mode, and they have the audacity. I put current rosters. They keep trying to put him in my lineup. I'm like, fucking DFA this guy, bro. Like,
Dude,
get him off
franchise
my
is so fun.
squad, bro.
Franchise is so
And
fun.
he's an 81 overall.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Like, why?
Um,
And another thing that was hilarious, coming out the bullpen, I went to switch my pitcher first game. Top pitcher in my bullpen is Alec Manoah. I was just like, they have him as a bullpen pitcher
I
as
love that.
default.
I love that. Um,
Yeah.
I guess we'll recap the Blue Jays week. It starts in Cincinnati. Let's run it. Jose Barrios is almost perfect through six. He has 6 no-hit innings. And the Toronto
Mm.
Blue Jays back him up with a whopping 3 hits. Jordan Hicks
Yeah.
comes in the ninth. He throws the last sweeper of his career, but Christian Encarnacion Strand, I believe, is his name. The dude with
That was,
1,000 letters. He
that
took
was
up all the
impressive.
letters, sweeps that sweeper out of Great American Ballpark for the 1-0 walk-off win. It was featured on CBS Saturday morning, but my family watched it on Sunday. It was the first clip that popped up, and I was like, I didn't need this today. Jays roll into Saturday. They put up 3 real early. Is this the turnaround? No. Chris Bassett throws a pitch to Ellie De La Cruz off the wall. The Blue Jays, forget they're a big league team, turn into the Bad News Bears for a hot minute. Only pitch I watch in that game. And it turns into a 3 or 2 run error. Bam! Enough to make you want to die. So what do the Blue Jays do? They put up like 40 runs in game 3. You know what one pitch Will watches in game 3? The goddamn 2-run error pitch again. So I gave up on the game. Gave up on the series. Blue Jays take that series 2-1. They come into Baltimore. They're riding high. They win an extra innings against the Baltimore Orioles 6-3. Boom. Is this a World Series team? Are they back? Are they back? No. Kevin Gausman pitches 5 pretty damn good innings. And the Blue Jays back him up with 0. Do you see that? It is a goose egg. The Jays took a big fat shit on the field and lost 7-0. They come back today after getting called out by their ace starting pitcher. They put up 2 runs on the board. You know what they do? Take another big old fat shit on the field, and they're down 5-3.
5-3 with Felix Batista into the game.
I.e. game over. Also, Jordan Hicks has only thrown fastballs since the walk-off in game 1 against the Cincinnati Reds. Just a fun fact. And he hasn't allowed a hit since then. He has thrown just fastballs, and he has been perfect. I don't think he's allowed a base runner.
No, and hey, let's give some. I looked at, there's this post highlighting the best players from the trade deadline that got moved to a different team. And they did not put Cabrera there, and I was pissed.
Technically he was a DFA trade, so they probably aren't. But Henny hasn't allowed a run.
Yeah, he's been insane.
He's been nuts. He's been the most valuable pickup. 100%. Yeah.
He has what was his ERA? Almost 5, maybe.
It was I think a 5.04 or a 4.95 in St. Louis, and it's down probably to 3 now.
3.7 or 3.4 or something. Like,
Shit.
and that's not even like ERA is not
That's
everything,
a guy.
obviously. It's huge.
If Jordan Hicks doesn't resign, that's a guy I'm looking at in the eighth inning next year. Straight up.
Oh yeah, we have to. Oh, Vladdy with the pop-up doing absolutely
Yeah.
nothing to start the ninth.
So yeah, that was the recap of the Jays week. They go 3-3, fall right into my prediction of the week of 3-3. I said last time I'd be happy with 3-3. Honestly, all things considered, it should have been 4-2. Like they probably should have won game one in that Red series. But 3-3. If you're telling me Jays went 3-3, hindsight 50-50, yeah, of course. Or hindsight's 2020. Of course,
Yeah.
I'm taking a 3-3 week, especially if you're telling me we win game one or just a game against Baltimore. 100% I'm taking that week.
Oh, never mind.
Okay,
Springer,
DJ.
Springer just missed a home run.
Just
So
getting my hopes
my
up for no
bad.
reason. Um, yeah, I mean, overall, it's an all right week. It's not a playoff week. It's not a week you have when you're a playoff team,
It's a
but
Blue Jays week. I told
it's
it's
a
been
Blue
like
Jays
this
week.
all year. We could say 3-3 is good, but it's not when we know we could have won four.
You know it's
Like,
bad when 3-3 is considered to be really good right now for a playoff team. Um,
we're not a playoff team. We're not even a fucking playoff. So, oh, yikes! Feel the umpire just got one in the groin. Sorry,
good. Take it to the
that was
dick. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Overall, it was an all right week. The Jays, the
I
Blue Jay of
guess
the
you could
week
say that.
is Brandon Belt. This is just yay, Brandon Belt. Good job. Dude was fucking insane. Like what, 3 home runs in the Cincinnati series, 2 home runs in the
Yep.
Baltimore series. Just daddy level vibes from Brandon Belt, and I love it.
Carrying. If we didn't get that home run in the extra innings, bro, like he saved us.
Well, they still would have
I
won. They
will
still
say,
scored another run.
oh, I will say, honorable mention, Bobachek came off the IL,
Yeah,
came back with the team, and he's raking again, and made the best defensive play I've ever seen him make in my life to
yeah.
save the game in game one.
I was
So
expecting more though from him coming and back. I don't know why. I feel like that's
he
just mean and
raked, yeah,
unjust.
he
But
raked
I
against,
expected to see a little bit more in this Baltimore series. I don't
yeah,
think Baltimore
yeah,
series. He's been all right in the Baltimore series, but he hasn't been Boba Fett in the Baltimore series. That's just whatever. Um,
yeah.
Coming up in the next week is Cleveland for 3 and Washington for 3. I don't know if there's a day off after Washington, or if it's what is it? Yeah, so it's Cleveland for 3, Washington for 3, and then there's the day off on Thursday. Um, I, I mean, I'm gonna throw out there what the record has to be, and it's gonna seem
6-0. It's
ridiculous.
six
It
and
has to
oh,
be
six
five
and
and one.
oh.
It has to be 5-1. You have to sweep Washington. You have to take 2 or 3 from Cleveland.
Yeah,
Have to. If if I'm here next week and it's 4-2, I'm
I'm
probably gonna
happy.
be really pissed.
Yeah,
You,
unless we lose the first two and win four in a row or something.
no, I'll probably still be pissed. It to me next week has to be 5-1. You know who has to have a big week next week? Vladdy Jr. does. Bo Bichette is my Blue Jay of the Week prediction. DJ, your jaw is dropped. I assume something bad happened.
Well, it's official. But Dalton Varsho hit it to like it was the warning track.
Oh, okay, so he needs to do a couple more push-ups.
Yeah.
What's your record prediction for the week?
Like you're right, it has to be 5-1, but I don't want to be boring, so I'm gonna go 6-0. Let's be
Ah!
perfect. Finally be perfect. Bounce back and give us
Let's
something to
go on a
cheer about.
huge 8-game win streak. Lose one, then go on another 8-game win streak.
Let's be
Um,
the
I said
Marlins. The Marlins, the Mariners,
Mariners.
the
I
Marlins.
said a week ago. Um, I think it was in last week's episode. The Jays have to have 72 wins, but by the end of the Cleveland series, because then they have that
Mm,
12-game stretch where they have to go 10-2.
yeah.
So far, it's looking all right. It's looking doable. There's 70 wins right now. You just got to take 2 or 3, and then you go on this insane streak. You're at 82 wins. It's a pretty good place to be at. But 5-1 has to be the thing. My Blue
Yeah.
Jay of the Week prediction is going to be um,
You
Bo
you
Bichette.
said Bo already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bo,
you
Bo,
said
Bo, Bo, Bo. So who's yours going to be?
hmm. I we never show love to a pitching staff um that deserves love. I mean, they've carried us for the whole season, so I'm
Yeah, well,
gonna go.
who's the pitcher that's going to
Wait,
make two
how?
starts this week? No,
Wait,
yeah, one
yeah,
pitcher will
check
make.
that.
Bassett will make two starts this week.
Let's go Bassett. I want Bassett to go crazy. He needs to go crazy.
Okay, I fuck with
Go
it. I
Bassett.
could also see Henny Cabrera.
But if I was going to go with the player, um, say George Springer.
Okay.
Yeah, easy. Vladdy just sucks, so I'm just
Yeah.
not
What
gonna
would
say
you say your
anything.
record prediction was? 5-1 or 6-0?
Oh no, 6-0 for sure. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm being bold.
Uh,
We need it. Yeah, this team needs something, and 6-0 is the only thing coming out of this series that makes sense to me.
um.
5-1, I'd be fucking ecstatic about with this team, but
Yeah.
6-0 is just like, especially it's not only because this team's underperforming, it's because every other team around them is just heating up, and it's time that we heat up,
Yeah.
or else we're just gonna get squashed. Because I don't see the Mariners slowing down.
Oh fuck.
That means we need the Astros to slow down, and they're heating up, and then the Rays, who are also heating up in the last 10 games, 7-3. So it's like, yeah, it's a must.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you. I'm tired of watching mediocre baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I'm hoping to come back next week and say the Yankees are back at like a historic losing streak. Like they're pushing 10 games again for the first time since 1913. I need that shit, dog. I need
Yeah.
that.
If we play them in September and we lose the series, I'm actually gonna off
Don't
myself.
even say that, DJ. I don't even want to think
I'm
about
sorry.
that.
I'm sorry. I'm
I don't even
sorry. I'm
want to think
sorry.
about that, man. I
I'm
forgot we
sorry.
have to play the Yankees.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to add for this. I
No,
think I
I'm
like where
really just
we're here with this.
I'm over this team just being lackluster.
Yeah,
That's just it.
it sucks. It's not fun.
We might be in the top three most disappointing teams in the league for sure.
Mm,
I'm saying I might be biased.
Padres, World Series aspirations. Mets, a World
Yeah,
Series
I
aspiration.
said top three.
Yankees,
No,
100%.
who cares about the Yankees? Don't
Oh,
care about them.
Deej.
Don't even.
I'd put Cleveland ahead. Even Cleveland had some playoff hopes. Oh,
We're more frustrating than Cleveland. Fuck Cleveland. They're making the playoffs. Oh wait, no, they're not. They're not actually. I forgot about the Twins. The Twins are playing good. Yeah, I was just cracked my top five.
top
I don't
five,
care.
yeah.
I'm biased. I hate this team, man.
No,
We're
well,
supposed
St.
to
Louis is
be.
also St. Louis might be the most disappointing team
Uh
this year,
yeah,
hundred
you're
percent.
right.
And
I
then I'd
forgot how
probably
bad
put
they were.
then I'd put Mets. Then I'd go Padres. Then I'd go Yankees, and then it's probably Toronto or Cleveland after that.
Just for me, because I have to live through every game. It's
Yeah,
because like I see this team and it's like, oh, we're gonna win the World Series. Like, and it's still not the end of the year. And like I said, we could. I mean, like you said, there's always a shocker in October, and hopefully we're that shocker because we could easily be that shocker. Easily,
I did.
easily, easily.
I was gonna say the four teams that I have at shocker level five, but there's four that I like really look at as like they're shocker teams that people aren't gonna expect to make noise in the postseason once the playoff starts. If these
Hmm.
four teams make the playoffs, Toronto was on there, but I felt biased saying it. Right, the
Yeah.
Mariners are on there because like you know what, like they're gonna be a wild card team. They're probably gonna have to play like the Rays or the Astros, like one of those two, you know? Or
Yeah.
sorry, the Rays or Baltimore. Sorry, but most likely the Rays, unless
I
they win
mean,
the division.
it
Um,
hurts to say that we're a sleeper because coming into the
oh
year,
yeah.
we're not a sleeper. On paper, we're not a sleeper.
Huh?
So it's like, yeah.
And then the other two teams are really big ifs, but like San Diego and New York, like the Mets.
Yeah.
Those are like two sleeper teams. I don't expect Baltimore to be a sleeper team in the playoffs. I actually expect Baltimore to disappoint a little bit in the playoffs because people are just going to expect them to go to the World Series because of how good they've been in the regular season. That
Yeah.
if they like say they get bumped in the ALDS in five, everyone's going to call this a disappointment. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they were not supposed to do this. If they win a chip this year, like they've got a dynasty easily. Like
Yeah,
dynasty
100%.
lining up. Like I won't be
Um,
surprised if they win 5 of the next 10 World Series.
I can't believe their owner cried poor the other day.
Holy, holy, I did not see the Red Sox beat the Astros
Yeah.
17-1. We could have gained ground, but hey, who are we to win a game?
Yeah. The Orioles owner cried poor in year one of their championship window. He's like,
Mm.
I can't sign back these guys. So
No,
enjoy
we
them while
gotta.
it lasts. It's so pathetic.
It's such a joke. We should have talked about that too, because
I
like
completely
we need to
forgot
raise
about it.
we gotta raise the prices of our tickets, because this
We have
like
to
oh my
triple
god.
all the fees. You know what's stupid? Okay, I realized this. You know what numbers he looked at the last
Mm.
5 seasons? 2017, 2018, 2019, 2021, and 2022, where they sucked. Where
2022,
20,
arguable.
yeah, but 2022 they had no fans out, you know?
Yeah.
Like the years where they went in and everyone expected them to just, you know what, lose 100 games.
Yeah.
You don't look at you don't look at that. Like I thought maybe he's looking at like 2012 to 2016 where they were like a contender for the most part. You know, they made
Yeah.
some money off of that. Now, he looked at the years where they were a rebuilding team going for the first overall pick.
Yeah. Do
Say
you
that in year
blame them?
5. You got to say it in year 5. Hey, we had a great run. The like we are gonna have we might have to raise some prices to keep some players, and I think fans would be okay with that. If you're gonna tell
Yeah.
Orioles fans, hey, instead of paying $20 for a game, you might have to pay 35 or $40, and beers maybe $12 instead of 10, and a hot dog's 10 instead of
They're that
8.
good anyway. They're that good anyway.
We just this is the only way you can keep Adley and Gunner. Fans are like, yeah, bring us more. I'll pay $70 to come to a game if you can get me Ohtani. Are you kidding me? Fans love that shit.
Hey, he's a joke for going at it that way. Like he's in the best, like they're in the
Best season
best
of their
spot.
franchise in like the last 10 years. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's a joke. I don't know.
What a pathetic team.
Damn, what a weird season this has been.
I also saw a weird thing that I'm like actually gonna quickly fact check real hot quickly here.
We're only 2 games ahead of the Red Sox now.
Okay, Red Sox suck.
They're 68 and 60, bro.
Red Sox suck, man. I don't care.
Bro, I want one of those the cream Angels jerseys. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I love those.
With the
Like their
like
City
the
Connect.
city alternate. Yeah, the City Connect,
Yeah.
yeah.
So my fun fact to end off everything here,
Mhm.
because for some reason the Sportsnet New York or something had NL East title since like in the last like 20 years or something, and it was
Mhm.
like the Braves have like 17. So it's been since 1990. The Pittsburgh Pirates have won more NL East divisions titles than the New York Mets. The Pirates have 3. The Mets have 2.
What?
The
That's
Pirates the
crazy.
Pirates won it in 1990, 1991, and 1992.
Bro, that's
They
not
also
like
won
I
it
wasn't even
before, but
born.
yeah,
Yeah, to me that's like bamboozling, because it's like I've
it's
only seen
insane.
them trash.
Do you know the Atlanta Braves used to be like in the National League West?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Atlanta Braves have NL West titles, which is insane because they're like the
When I
furthest east point, like furthest east team. They've won 5 NL West titles.
when I was as a kid, I didn't really like when I first got into baseball, I wasn't like looking all over the league and like, I was watching the Blue Jays and that, but I would watch whatever came on Sportsnet, and it was always I watched so many Dodgers games
Dodgers are fun.
because they were just on, and and for some reason Braves games were always on. So I just watched Chipper Jones
Yeah.
and the boys.
Um,
So that's a fun fact.
2017 Dodgers hit different, you know? That was
Yeah.
fun. That was a fun team to watch in the regular season and the playoffs. But,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know if there's anything else to just talk on. I think this is kind of a good point to just end this, you know?
Yeah. And my life
Okay.
watching the Blue Jays lose. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm so glad I didn't finish the game. Thanks everyone for watching and listening. Like, comment, subscribe, follow on Spotify if you're on there. I don't know if anyone does. And yeah, we'll see you next week where it's a little bit more fun. Hopefully